Hello Gemini, welcome. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. I hope you're all well wherever you are. This is your reading for the 17th to the 23rd of January 2022, or thereabouts. It could resonate a little bit beyond that time. It is a general reading, Gemini, so take what resonates with you. Anything that doesn't resonate, leave it behind. It must be for somebody else. But let's see. Before I get started with your reading, just to say, on the 17th, it's a full moon, a beautiful, very seemingly quite big in the sky full moon. And this one is called the wolf moon. Historically, that's because it was noted that the wolves seem to be howling a lot more at this particular full moon. But of course, you know, moving on, we know now that the wolves howl for lots of different reasons. So, but I'm sure there is a connection somewhere. That said, in the northern hemisphere, we're in the dead of winter. In the southern hemisphere, you're in the middle of your summertime, or roughly. But wherever you are, this wolf moon brings in a time of transformation and introspection. So it's basically time to figure out what you need to have for a successful life. So lovely energies there, but I'll leave it at that. Let's get started with your reading, Gemini. Starting with the Oracle of Visions. So what does Gemini need to know or be aware of at this time, please? What's going on with Gemini? What does Gemini need a little bit of clarity on? Okay, so first of all, we have number 45. This talks about possible manipulation, or it could be simply about needing to be in control, having control. But it can also be about role-playing and somebody wearing a mask, not presenting who they are in reality. But let's see, there's various layers to that particular card. And then number 44, going forward, we have, this is unison. This is going forward with others, having common goals. Going in the same direction. Having the similar values, inspiration, and shared values, being at one with others. Okay, let's see where that's going. So we'll get into the tarot then and see what other information we can get for you, Gemini. Alright, so what do we have for Gemini? This is the Druid Craft Tarot deck, for anybody that's interested. Quite a large deck, so it's a little bit difficult to manage, but it does have a lovely energy. So what do we have for Gemini? What's important at this time for Gemini to be able to see and consider? Alright, we have a card that's jumped out. I will put it back in, but just to quickly look at it, this is the Ten of Cups. And this is about complete emotional fulfillment, happiness, joy within the family, for yourself and within a family situation. So beautiful, lovely energy. If it comes out again, that's absolutely fine. Often they can do. Alright, so what does Gemini need to know at this time, please? Alright, so we have the heart of your reading, the root of the matter, past influences. What's on your mind at the moment? The future going forward. And then something else that your guides would like to say to you at this time. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lord, and this is the Emperor in ordinary tarot. So this is about control. being in control. You can see the Lord sitting on his stone throne here, very much in control. He has a helmet with antlers on, so you know, he is very strong. He has strong ambition. He's very determined. He rules the land, if you like. He oversees the land, the laws of the land. Beautiful red cloak he's got on, which is about power, dynamism, I can't say it. But very powerful, very strong energy here, but very much in control, in authority. All right, so we'll see where that fits in to your reading. And we'll get some clarifying cards on the table from the Gilded Tarot. So could we clarify all of the cards on the table, please, for Gemini, 17th to 23rd of January. So we clarify all of the cards on the table, please, for Gemini. Right, I'm going to look at this one and put it to the side. This is strength. This is about this. There's a situation you're going to need to draw on your inner strength. Be strong, Gemini. I'll just put it to one side. And at the bottom of the deck, yes, we have the death energy. And so there's something coming to an end. But when the death brings forward transformation energy, so there's going to be a transformation. But for that to happen, something's got to come to an end, to transform into something new, a new opportunity, a new beginning, endings of old cycles, beginning of new cycles. But something has to come to an end first. So I'll just put that to one side. Excuse me. Okay. What's at the heart of your reading? Well, we have the Hermit. This is a Virgo energy. But giving deep thought to something, coming away from the crowd, shining your light, inner reflection, introspection, which is very much the time of this full moon, this wolf moon. So yes, going within, tapping into your intuition and thinking of a way forward. And the Hermit's at the top of the mountain here, and he's got to negotiate his way back down on a narrow path. So he's having to give some deep thought to this, and this is where you're at the moment, Gemini. And it's to do with some form of communication or events starting to move forward quite quickly. Okay. At the root of this situation, we have the Nine of Wands and the Chariot. So this is already in place, but this is at the root of the current situation. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. So, you know, feeling wounded, having fought many battles, but learned a lot from fighting these battles. They've sort of formed a bit of a protective layer around you, Gemini. But there's one final thing, there's one last battle, one final thing that needs to be dealt with. However, the Chariot is a clarifier. With this particular depiction, you know, the Chariot looks like it's all set to go, doesn't it? Because normally the Chariot is about fast movement going forward. But what's happened here in the past is the Chariot's all ready to go, but there's no horses. You know, the blocks are in front of the wheels. The young lady's got no reins to hold on to, and there's no horses anyway. But she's quite distracted. And she's distracted because she's been fighting all of these battles here. So it's holding things back. But just waiting for this just one final thing. So that's at the root of the situation. where you are then a time of introspection, thinking things through about messages that have been coming in quite quickly. Past influences, we have the Hermit again here, and that's clarifying the Six of Wands. So there's been some form of success and victory for you in the past, perhaps the recent past, Gemini, and other people admiring your success, applauding you for coming away from the battle, but successful, having achieved a lot. However, again, the Hermit, so linked to this successful energy, that it's led on to a need to find a different way forward. You can see how narrow the pathway is at the top of the mountain again for the Hermit to negotiate his way down. And I feel this is how it feels. You're probably at the top of your game. You've been very successful, but now it's, where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? And that energy is still here. Which path do you take? Where do you go from here? So what are you thinking about, Gemini? Well, you're thinking, you've got the Two of Swords and the Ace of Wands. What you're thinking about is making a choice. You're at a crossroads or a fork in the road, definitely. And there's two directions you can go. But you've got your blindfold on because you don't want to look at it. You don't want to have to make this decision. Excuse me. And so this is what you're thinking about. There's a dilemma here that you don't really want to face, but it's about a decision to be made. And it's to do with a new opportunity, a new passionate, vibrant, creative opportunity that's here. But it's going to be a difficult decision to make. But this is a very attractive energy, very vibrant, creative opportunity. And it could be for some of you, that's why we have the Death card, is because to make a decision to go for the Ace of Wands, which could be one of the pathways, it could be that you have to walk away from something. Something has to end. And that's the dilemma here. All right, going forward. Okay. We have rebirth. And this is the Justice card in Ordinary Tarot. And we have the Seven of Cups, which is about options, choices. So going forward, there's going to be a judgment call going forward. But what it's going to bring in is a rebirth, a rising up, anew, this new opportunity. But it's learning from the past, learning from what's gone, from past mistakes perhaps. What went well in the past, what didn't go so well. But the universe is bringing in a judgment call here, blowing its trumpet. And I feel this is something to do with this decision that you're going to make going forward. It's going to be the right thing for yourself. And it's a time of judgment. It's a time of you or somebody standing up to be counted here. And revealing and the new opportunity. The clarifier is the Seven of Cups, and this is about choices and options. You have, connected to this rebirth, there's going to be lots of options and choices for you. A little bit overwhelming. It's a little bit overwhelming when we have so many, and it's deciding which one is the right one for you. And I feel that's connected to this decision, this fork in the road that you're going to be making. But remember, the universe is watching over you. and feel this is an opportunity now for rebirth. So choose wisely, Gemini, going forward. So what is it your guides would like to say to you? Well, we have the Seven of Cups here. Again, the Seven of Cups was here going forward. A slightly different energy with this one, and I'll explain what it is. And the Hierophant. With this particular Seven of Cups, this is about some of the opportunities being presented, right? Some of them are an illusion. They're not real. There is a solid gold offer on the table here, a solid gold opportunity here. But you appear to be preoccupied with what's not really there, what's not really an opportunity. But that's where you're a little bit focused, where you're occupied. But there's something being offered here, look, and it's solid gold. It's just waiting for you to lift your energy and turn round and see it and grasp it. And this is what your guides are wanting to say to you now. Yes, we've got the Hierophant. This is the godlike energy. This is the universal energy that is saying, you know, look for the golden opportunity here. And the universe is giving its blessings to this beautiful cup. It's also saying this is a wise choice. This is the wise choice. The Hierophant brings in wisdom, wise counselling. And the Hierophant wants to say, here it is. Here's the solid gold opportunity for you. Come away from what is really just a mirage. It's not real for you. But of course, you know, you're in this energy because of your heart centre and how you're feeling about these opportunities that have got you a little bit preoccupied. All right, and then so going back here with number 45, I feel it is very much about taking control, because we've had the Lord, haven't we, the Emperor, which is about taking control of a situation. But I also feel that there is, in another respect, there has been some form of manipulation happening that's been keeping you dangling a little bit. But going forward, and I feel this is the cup that you need to be grasping now, the opportunity that the universe wants you to take. And this is going forward with like-minded people on the same page. You know, the same values, same viewpoints, going in the same direction. Perhaps taking the lead in some respects. All right, Gemini. I'm going to get 2 more messages for you. We have 2 more messages for Gemini, please. What else does Gemini need to know at this time? I did see the mystic healer when I was shuffling, and it did stand out to me, and here it is. So healing energy flows through you. There's going to be a lot of healing coming in for you, Gemini, and rainbow blessings that shower in your life. Where you are at the moment, it feels a bit dark here, but you've just got to go a little bit further, go through this archway, and there's rainbow blessings waiting for you. And it's going to bring in lots of healing for you. Healing energy. All right, Gemini. Whoever this was for, and it won't be for everybody, but whoever it was for, I hope you've enjoyed the reading and that it has held meaning for you and given you some clarity on your situation. But it's a beautiful reading. So good luck going forward, Gemini. And until next time, goodbye for now.